In this video, I will explain how you can use a scientifically proven method to compare your strategy test results or performance with other strategies you tested earlier. This is the first video in a multi-part video series where you will learn which methods there are to determine the quality of a trading strategy's backtest result and compare it to other testing results. Now, the method explained in this video is called TOPSIS, which stands for Technique for Order Preference by Similarity to Ideal Solution. And it's widely used across different fields to compare test results or selection criteria and determine the best option to move forward with. If you search for TOPSIS online, you will find thousands of results, including academic papers that describe or use this method in various ways. And it should be no surprise that this method is also very popular in the field of financial performance evaluation. The TOPSIS method is also known as a multi-criteria decision analysis, or MCDA. At its core, it ranks each result based on how close it is to an ideal solution, the best possible value for all metrics, and how far it is for an anti-ideal solution, which represents the worst acceptable values. And this makes it very powerful because it can handle multiple, even conflicting criteria at the same time. And what do I mean by that? Now, first of all, when we test a trading strategy, we usually don't look at just one number, but we look at many different metrics like profits, drawdowns, Sharpe ratios, win rates, consistency, and so on. And here's the problem, because some of these metrics can contradict each other. For example, one strategy might make a lot of money, but with huge drawdowns. And another strategy might be very stable, but not very profitable. And now you might wonder which one is the better strategy to test out further in a forward test. And this is exactly where TOPSIS shines, because instead of focusing on just one metric, TOPSIS looks at them all at the same time, and then give you a simple ranking that reflects the overall quality of each strategy. And you can compare this a little bit with buying a car. Here you just don't look at the top speed only, but you also care about fuel efficiency, safety, comfort and price. And TOPSIS works in a similar way, but for trading strategies. In other words, it will ask which strategy is closest to the perfect strategy and at the same time farthest away from the worst possible strategy. And that's the core idea. Now, I can imagine that you will directly ask what the ideal strategy is, and the answer is that the ideal strategy is not a real strategy, but it's a theoretical one. It should have the highest possible returns with the lowest possible drawdown, the best Sharpe and Sutino ratios, perfect consistency, and great risk management. Now, of course, no real strategy is perfect, but TOPSIS used this imaginary perfect strategy as a reference point. And it will also define the opposite, the worst acceptable strategy, which is called the anti-ideal. Then, for each strategy, TOPSIS measures how close it is to the ideal and how far it is from the worst case. And the best strategy is the one that is closest to the ideal and farthest from the worst. Now, if you are a regular watcher of YouTube videos about trading strategies or read blog posts about these, then you might already have noticed that these always have attention-grabbing titles like strategy with the highest profit, or with the lowest drawdowns, super high win rate, or never loses a trade, or similar titles. And most concentrate on that single performance indicator. But those comparisons are very subjective. The TOPSIS method turns this into a structured mathematical process. It forces you to define what good actually means and decides what matters most. Only then, after that, you can rank the strategies in a consistent way. So instead of guessing, you get a clear data-driven answer. Now let me quickly walk you through the big idea before we dive into the details. The TOPSIS method has 5 main steps. First, you backtest the strategy and collect your performance metrics. Then you normalize them so that they're all on the same scale. After that, you apply weights based on what matters most. And then you define the anti-ideal and ideal trading strategy. Then you calculate how close the strategy is that you tested to these 2 points. And at the end, you get a single score per strategy. And that score allows you to rank them from best to worst. Now let's do a deeper dive into this process with actual values. Say that I have a trading strategy and I have collected these performance metrics. Let's first concentrate on the total return of this algorithm. I started with 1000 USDT on my balance and now have a final balance of 1,752.28 cents. That's an absolute profit of 752 USD. Now, this is where most of the YouTube creators concentrate on in their video. But there's the problem, because this single number doesn't really tell me if this is a good strategy. Because what if this profit came with massive drawdowns, or it almost blew my account up along the way? Or what if I had long periods of losses that were mentally impossible to sit through? And this is exactly why concentrating on profit alone is not enough. And also where most strategy comparisons go wrong. Because they focus on one impressive looking number and then completely ignore everything else. Let's do another example, but now with two strategies, strategy A and strategy B. Now the question becomes, which one is actually better? Which one would you trust with real money? And maybe even more important, which one would you be able to stick with emotionally? And by looking at these numbers, it's not an easy question to answer, because now we are comparing multiple things at the same time. Profits, risks, stability, consistency and more. And this is exactly the type of problem TOPSIS was designed to solve. Instead of arguing about individual metrics, TOPSIS does something much smarter. It pulls all the relevant metrics on the table at the same time, and then it asks how close is this strategy to the best possible version of the strategy and how far is it from the worst possible version. It doesn't care about hype, it doesn't care about cherry-picked numbers, it just looks at the full picture. So the first thing we have to do is to collect our performance metrics. Not just profits, but things like return, drawdown, Sharpe, Shortino and all the other things that are mentioned in the list here. And each of these metrics tells us something different about the strategy. Profits tell us how much money it made, drawdown tells us how painful it was, Sharpe tells us how efficient it was, and consistency tells us how stable it behaved. And you should remember that none of these performance items is perfect on its own, but together they tell a much more complete story. Now after gathering all these numbers, we have to solve another problem, because all these metrics are on completely different scales. Profits might be in dollars, win rate is a percentage, Sharpe ratio is usually between 0 and 3 or 4, and drawdown is a percentage where lower is better. So how do you compare these? Because you can't just add them up together. And this is why the TOPSIS method uses something called normalization. Normalization is the process where all these different numbers are rescaled so that everything fits on the same scale. In most cases that scale is between 0 and 1, where 0 means very bad and 1 means excellent, and everything else is somewhere in between. So comparing raw numbers like $702 profit and 18% drawdown, we convert them into comparable scores like 0.72, 0.31. And now they all live on the same scale, and we can compare them fairly. Other advantages that normalization has are that no single metric automatically dominates, everything is evaluated relative to what's considered good or bad, and each metric gets a fair voice. The important idea behind is that for each metric we can define now what is considered very bad and what is considered excellent. For example, a Sharpe ratio of 0 might be bad, and a Sharpe ratio of 3 might be excellent. A drawdown of 80% is terrible, or a drawdown of 5%, which is excellent, and so on. TOPSIS uses these reference points to rescale everything between 0 and 1. The actual calculation it uses is called min-max normalization. For a metric where higher is better, like Sharpe ratio, the formula is this. So let's do that with real numbers. Say that the strategy has a Sharpe of 1.5, and we said that 0 is bad and 3 is excellent. Then we add these numbers to the formula and we get a normalized value of 0.5. So Sharpe 1.5 turns into a normalized score of 0.5 on a 0 to 1 scale. Now for an inverse metric where lower is better, like drawdown, we use almost the same formula, but we flip it, like you can see here. Now using our drawdown example, where the best drawdown is 5% and the worst acceptable drawdown is 80%, we add these numbers to the formula and then we have a normalized value of 0.666. So a 30% drawdown becomes a normalized ratio in this case, of 0.87. And now both metrics, Sharpe and drawdown, are speaking the same language. A clean score between 0 and 1, where higher is always better. And once everything is normalized like this, the next question is, do we care more about Sharpe or drawdown? And that's where weighing becomes in, because not every metric is equally important. For some traders, maximizing profit is top priority, and for others, capital preservation is more important. Some care most about consistency and others about smooth equity curve. There is no single correct answer here, and each one is individual. On the one hand, this is a good thing because you can weigh against your own preferences, but on the other hand, it makes answering questions like give me the best strategy very hard, because what is good for me might not be good for you and your risk appetite. And in this case, each individual metric can get its own weighing, to your preference of course. In other words, you are telling the model which metric matters more and which matters less. Let's say that in this example we might say that Sharpe ratio has a 40% importance, drawdown 30% importance and win rate 20% importance, and all the other ones 10%. All of these weights together add up to 100%. Now how do we apply these weightings to the normalized scores? In our example, the normalized sharp score was 0.5 and the normalized drawdown score was 0.67. And for this specific example, we decide that sharp weight is 60% and the drawdown weight is 40%. Now we can simply multiply these normalized scores with the percentages. In this case, 0.5 for the sharp times 0.6% is 0.3. And for drawdown, the normalized score of 0.67 times 40% is 0.268. We can now add them up to a total score of 0.568. And that's it. It is no black box and there's no magic involved, just structured math. And I hope you now can understand why this step makes TOPSIS incredibly flexible. Because two traders can now look at this exact same strategy, use the same data but apply different weights and get different rankings. Not because one is wrong, but because they value different things. So TOPSIS doesn't tell you what to think, it forces you to define what matters to you and then applies that logic consistently. Now at this point we have the normalized metrics and the weightings by importance. And at this point most scoring systems would just add everything together and call it a day. But this TOPSIS method goes one step further because instead of just summing things up, it introduces the idea of ideal strategy and worst case strategy. And it ranks everything based on the distance to those two. And this is where the method really gets its power. Let's get back to the example again, where we have the normalized values and the weightings by importance. And at this point most scoring systems would simply add everything up and stop here. But here we are going to do something smarter, because instead of just asking which strategy has the highest overall score, it will ask how close this strategy is to the best possible strategy, or at the same time how far it is from the worst acceptable strategy. And that will bring us to the next key concept which I said earlier, the ideal versus anti-ideal strategy. Again, as I said, the ideal strategy is not a real one, but it's a theoretical reference point, and it represents the best possible value for each single metric. So in the ideal strategy, profit is as high as possible, drawdown is as low as possible, sharp is excellent, win rate is high, consistency is great. And basically it's the strategy we all wish we had. On the other side, we have the anti-ideal strategy, and this represents the worst acceptable values for each metric. So here, profit is terrible, drawdown is huge, sharp is low, and consistency is bad. It's not the worst imaginable thing, because it's the worst we are willing to tolerate. If you remember, all our metrics were normalized between 0 and 1. And constructing the ideal and anti-ideal becomes very simple. The ideal strategy is just a vector of all ones, so every metric is equal to 1. And the anti-ideal strategy is a vector of all zeros, so every metric is 0 in this case. And now we have all this information living in the same normalized weighted space. We have three things: the real strategy score, the ideal strategy score, and the anti-ideal strategy score. And now comes the clever part, because instead of just summing up the scores, TOPSIS measures distance. In other words, it asks how far the strategy is from perfection and how close it is to disaster. We can compare this a little bit by imagining a target. The bullseye here is the ideal strategy and the outer edge is the anti-ideal. And every strategy is somewhere in between. With the TOPSIS method we can score and rank them by who is closest to the center and farthest from the edge. So in the next step we have to calculate the two distances for each strategy, the distance to the ideal and the distance to the anti-ideal, and then combine those two in a single final score. The closer you are to the ideal and the farther you are from the worst case, the higher your score. Let's use another example where we compare two strategies and determine their distances to the ideal and anti-ideal, and then we sum these two distances into their final number called the closeness score. So here are these two examples. Strategy A has a sharp of 1.5, a maximum drawdown of 30, a win rate of 55. And strategy B has a sharp of 2.2, a max drawdown of 45% and a win rate of 40%. And let's pick some simple weights. Sharp has a weight of 0.5, drawdown has a weight of 0.3 and the win rate 0.2. And if you add these up, they count to 1. So in this case 100%. The first thing we now have to do is to normalize these numbers. In this case we do sharp first, where higher is better. And for strategy A the sharp is 0.5 and for strategy B the sharp is 0.73. Now again, for the win rate, where strategy A has a win rate of 0.7 and strategy B has a win rate of 0.4. And if we calculate the normalized value for drawdown, then strategy A has a value of 667 and strategy B has a value of 0.467. So after the normalization, we have two strategies with both their normalized values here. Now we have to multiply each normalized score by its weight. So in this case, for strategy A, 0.5 is calculated with 0.5, and so on and so on. You can see this in the slide over here. And for our final step, we have to calculate these numbers to the ideal and anti-ideal solution. But here is something important you have to keep in mind. Because we normalized everything between 0 and 1 first, and the perfect strategy would have a score of 1 on each metric. But once we apply weights, then every perfection has limits. In this case, a perfect sharp can only matter as much as we allow it to matter. And if we say that sharp is worth 50%, which is the 0.5 weight, then even a perfect sharp can never contribute more than 50% to the total score. That's why after weighting, the perfect score is no longer all ones, but it becomes the weights themselves. So for sharp, the ideal becomes 0.5, for the drawdown 0.3, and for the win rate, the ideal becomes 0.2. And the anti-ideal values always stay 0. Now we can calculate the performance metrics distance to the ideal score, so in this case the weights are the ideals, and do the same to the anti-ideals, which are all zeros. For strategy A, the distance to the ideal scores is in total 0.276, and the distance to the anti-ideal is 0.349. And if I do the same for strategy B, the distance to the ideal is 0.24, and the distance to the anti-ideal is 0.401. And now we can finally calculate the TOPSIS scores. And this final TOPSIS score is the distance to the anti-ideal divided by the sum of the ideal distance and the anti-ideal distance. For strategy A, I get a value of 0.559, and for strategy B, a score of 0.625. So TOPSIS ranks strategy B higher because of its final score. And that might be a little bit surprising at first, because strategy A had the better drawdown and win rate, but strategy B had a significantly better sharp, and we gave sharp the biggest weight. So here TOPSIS is doing exactly what it should do. It is ranking strategies based on your priorities, consistently, without cherry picking. Now if you put all these calculations into an Excel spreadsheet and start comparing the results of different trading algorithms, you'll eventually end up with a ranked list. A list that points you towards the strategies that best match your trading style and your risk appetite. And that's really the whole point of using TOPSIS. Not to find the perfect strategy, because that doesn't exist, but to make better decisions when you're choosing between many imperfect ones. So instead of guessing, instead of being impressed by one flashy metric, and instead of jumping from system to system, you now have a structured way to evaluate strategies objectively, based on what you care about. So whether your priority is to have stability or aggressive growth, or low drawdowns, or a smooth equity curve, this TOPSIS method allows you to turn those preferences into an actual mathematical decision process. And this alone already puts you way ahead of most strategy comparisons you see online. Now if you find this knowledge useful, then please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel if you want to know more about finding the best trading strategies for crypto, forex or stocks. And if you have any questions or remarks, then add these in the comment section below and I'll answer them the best I can. I'll also add some sources about the TOPSIS methodology for further study in the description field too. And in a future follow-up video I will explain another method that I personally use from this year on. This method is based on TOPSIS but is even more sophisticated and optimized for comparing backtesting results. So if you want to have an even better way of sorting and scoring algorithmic trading strategies results, then watch that future video. In the meantime, I want to thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!